I will see you soon. Bye.
Welcome, everybody, and thanks for joining us here on the Secret Identity Commentary. I'm your host, ChaveZ. Normally, you know me by day as the stunning and sexified superhero El Bandito. But tonight, you're getting a special treat and an inside look at El Bandito's secret identity in the form of ChaveZ, the humble podcaster and movie aficionado. And joining me, as always, is Senor Boyle.
Hey, how's it going, ChaveZ? It's good to be here.
I am doing very good, and I just figured we would take a minute to explain a little bit about what we're going to do tonight. This is kind of a new podcast, a new idea, and typically we're El Bandito and, Charboil, the awesome superhero who can grow to any size and do all sorts of awesome stuff like that.
Best motherfucker alive.
You know it, man. And, we do our normal podcast, The Power Hour of Love, and we kind of do it in our superhero alter egos,
Yes.
So while we do that, we get a lot of emails and talk to a lot of people who tell us that they're like, man, we really like the show. It reminds us of your guys' old cartoon D-Cubed, and it reminds us of hanging out with you guys and all the good times we had partying and stuff like that. And I keep reading those emails and things, and I discuss it with Charboil, and we're like, what the fuck are these people talking about? Like, all we ever do is work. We're doing this podcast, we're at our day jobs or whatever. And it occurred to us that when we hang out with people, we usually just sit around and bitch about movies.
Yes.
So we thought that what a cool kind of experience it would be if people could join us for an evening of watching a movie with us.
Absolutely. One select movie a night, and you pretty much get to hear us ramble on as we watch the movie.
Yeah, so a lot of people have told us that listening to the Power Hour is very reminiscent of just hanging out with us. So this is kind of giving you the opportunity not just to hang out with Charboil and El Bandito, but to hang out with Charboil and ChaveZ kind of behind the scenes.
Yes.
And get to hear our real thoughts and opinions about what has, what's the word for it? Influenced us.
Absolutely, yeah. All of our influences, the things that we like, pop culture. We make a lot of references and stuff during the radio show that stem from these things that we watched since we were kids. So I'm sure we're going to be watching a wide variety of different films as this continues on. But what are we watching tonight?
Well, we've got a special treat for tonight. Considering the upcoming new release of a reboot to this movie, we decided to reach back into the super secret vault here and pull out the classic 1984 original Ghostbusters.
Awesome. Definitely one of my favorite films. I probably saw it first time in 86, 87-ish. I know I was really young. It definitely wasn't a movie that scared me. It was definitely one that it really, held dear to my heart. Had all the toys and all that. So definitely I dig Ghostbusters.
Oh, absolutely. And I know that there's certain parts of the movie that when I was a kid did scare the shit out of me, but we'll get to that in the commentary.
Absolutely.
But one thing that we wanted to include with the Secret Identity Commentary was a special guest, someone who is bringing in that different opinion besides, Charboil and myself.
Yes.
Someone to kind of shake things up. Maybe they don't like the movie. Maybe they've never seen the movie that we're watching, but we're going to try to focus on these classic movies that we all remember, we all love, and we're going to post up some links to maybe where you can find it on Amazon Prime or Netflix or something like that. So when we start the movie, you guys can start the movie as well, and we get to be like an audio commentary or your buddy in the room that's just talking shit about the movies and having a good time with you. So.
Yeah, kind of think a la Dark Side of the Moon, Wizard of Oz. Start it right at a certain point when we tell you to, and you just roll along with us.
Everything syncs up fine, and it's like, that's the voice of Satan, man. But for tonight's showing of Ghostbusters, we thought it would be really great to not only have someone who isn't super familiar with the movie, but because of the new cast of the reboot movie, we wanted a woman to come in and join us. So, we looked high and large because, we don't know chicks. Chicks don't talk to us. But we ended up finding a local YouTuber and blogger and kind of stuff like this. She's all over the media and everything. But we have Miss Kelly Jade joining us tonight.
How you guys doing?
Pretty good, Kelly Jade. How are you doing tonight?
Doing pretty good. I'm pretty excited to see what this Ghostbusters phenomenon is all about. I remember the movie came out when I was a kid, and I probably saw it once as a child, but don't really remember too much of it. So it's like I'm seeing it for the first time, and I'm interested to see what happens.
Oh, see, now my natural instinct is to just look at Kelly Jade, this beautiful woman over here, and be like, "You're petting your kitty over there, aren't you?"
I am petting my kitty.
She brought her cat with her here into the studio with us today, so that's nice. She has Mr. Tiger.
Yes, my pussy is on my lap right now, so I'm having a little fun with that right now.
I'm almost seeing like maybe like a remake of Austin Powers here, and you got a female Dr. Evil.
Hey, man, if they end up making it, we'll do the whole Austin Powers trilogy, and you can bet your ass we'll tear apart Goldmember. As funny as it is, that movie sucks in so many fucking ways.
All right, how about we get this flick started?
All right,
Sounds good.
let's do it. So we're going to go ahead and start the movie, guys, and go ahead and start it up with us, and we'll jump right in. We've got this nice little special edition one that came out, and it's all green and slimy and stuff like that.
It had the 2 DVDs, right?
Yeah, it has Ghostbusters 1 and Ghostbusters 2. So we're at the main menu here. And
I'm digging this main menu.
it is. It's pretty dope.
Shit,
Right?
there goes Stay Puff.
Yeah, it's like got a little portion of New York, like Dana's building, and they're walking around. All right, no spoilers. Let's just watch it. If that's a spoiler at this point.
Well, if they're watching along, they can see the DVD menu and they can appreciate it as we all do.
Okay,
here.
we just played the movie there, and well, yeah, I mean, if they might have a different version of it, they might be watching it on Amazon Prime or something, and they don't have this. So.
Oh, that's right.
FBI anti-privacy warning. That's why we're not just recording over it and making a video on YouTube.
Even though that could be done for educational purposes.
Yeah, because we don't want. Well, what are we going to educate people on?
Hey,
Just how to make a movie that's
just so they know these commentaries are our own.
they're educational.
No, they're our own commentaries.
Oh yeah, the rights and opinions expressed within this commentary do not reflect that of the Power Hour of Love or me.
Or Columbia Pictures.
Hey, did you guys know that this was the highest grossing film for Columbia Pictures?
Wow.
Is it still the highest grossing film for Columbia Pictures?
Yep, due to inflation and all that.
Yeah, that inflation thing's a bitch.
It's actually the 32nd highest grossing movie of all time.
Oh, that's
wow,
awesome,
that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, it's iconic. I mean, AFI rated it that it's #1 most timeless movie.
So there's the lion. That's kind of creepy. This soundtrack is awesome.
Oh yeah, it's killer. The score.
Yes.
You know, the score's just gorgeous. So we're in the library now.
This librarian lady looks like she's up to no good.
Her name is Alice.
Alice looks like she's up to no good.
Spoiler alert. Her name is Alice.
I think she looks like how you're going to look when you're like 70.
Thank you.
Kelly Jade.
Well, yeah, because I'll be up to no good.
Hey, I'm just saying, this old lady's pretty good looking. I'd hit that.
Look at all those books. I mean, I know this takes place in New York, but I don't think I've been in a library with that many books in a long time.
Oh, good job, Charboil. It's nice to be like, look at that. I have never seen
Oh, shit, is
so
that
many
floating
books?
books?
Yeah, the ghosts are moving them around and stuff.
Hey, was that done by practical effects back in 1984?
Most of the movie was done in practical effects, yes. So I'm pretty sure that special effect was.
That's pretty cool.
I mean, even the ghosts, I mean, they're not technically practical effects. They sort of are because they're like overlaid, sort of things like that. It's not CGI, so I guess it still constitutes a practical effect, but it's a special practical effect.
Cool.
You guys remember the good old card catalog and the Dewey Decimal System? you don't see that anymore.
Yeah, this is definitely dating right here.
Yeah.
Now that would just be in some database somewhere. There was probably just some dude behind the wall pushing those out. That's pretty practical.
No, you know what it is? Like, pretty soon people are going to be watching this commentary being like, dude, why didn't they just download that ebook on their e-reader? Why do they have so many books in a building? That seems like a fire
library?
hazard.
Lighting.
Oh, what? It doesn't show us what she's
Don't look good.
screaming about.
It's like a little teaser. You like that, right?
Yeah.
That's
I want to know what she saw.
It's intriguing. It sets it up good. And
the original title to this was Ghost Smashers.
Wow. I think the change to Ghostbusters was a good change.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Oh, that seems very violent.
The movie also originally started with just ghosts being around, and it was like a thing everybody understood and knew and everything like that. And I believe it was the director. This is an Ivan Reitman movie?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
It was.
So it was Ivan Reitman who was saying that like they need to build up to that level. You know?
You got to see how they start.
Yeah. You can't just jump in and be like ghosts and monsters and shit. No, you had to build that up in the minds of your viewer.
Look how young Bill Murray is.
Yeah, with that afro, right? Oh no, there's Bill Murray there. Okay, yeah.
I was gonna say he doesn't have an afro.
This is totally me, you know, just faking it so that this girl gets all the answers right.
You know, I guess this actually is something that they tried back in like, the 1930s, with the whole shock treatment and stuff like that.
This is some like MK Ultra shit that the CIA did,
seeing if people had like EMP and all that.
I remember I did something like this as a science project once when I was a kid.
Shocked yourself with electricity?
No, but tried to hold up cards with like symbols on them to see if the other person could guess what they were.
Absolutely, yeah. They, I know in some of the other movies, like in Evil Dead and stuff, remember the girls like trying to guess the suits and stuff.
Yeah. 3 of spades, jack of clubs. But I like these oversized bicycle cards though.
I know, those are some pretty cool cards.
I wish I just had regular playing cards that I could play like that. So, and look, he's just fucking with this guy. Oh, he's gonna shock him. He's gonna shock him. Oh, look. And see, only Bill Murray could electrocute someone and flirt at the same time. You can keep your $5, man.
$5.
See, look, you thought I was bullshitting about that.
I did think you were bullshitting, yeah.
The kind of resentment your ability is going to provoke. He's like, I don't know, you tell me. Do you see me and you in bed in the future?
Oh, there's Dan Aykroyd.
Yeah, who actually is the like biggest occult believer of the group. He's really huge into it. His family's all into it. If you've ever had his Crystal Skull vodka, it's all based on his, love for the occult and all that crazy stuff. That he used that legend of the Crystal Skull to create that vodka.
You know that he was also pretty much one of the only guys on the staff pretty much that like was guaranteed a role in this. Like actually there was a lot of other guys who were on the cast, who they wanted, but Dan Aykroyd was pretty much from the get-go that he was going to be Ray.
Well, I mean, he's one of the writers, so you think he could just be whatever he wanted.
But originally, Venkman was supposed to be played by John Belushi, but he died, a few years prior to this being made.
Yeah. And I mean, more so than just, he was going to, like, the part was written for him.
Yes.
Obviously he was friends with Dan Aykroyd and Harold Ramis, the two writers for it. And, they wrote the part of Venkman specifically for John Belushi. But, yeah, he passed away. And, they had a whole running around trying to find a replacement before they finally settled on Bill Murray. But, I mean, he's iconic in it at this point, so...
Do you know that Steve Guttenberg got offered and he took the role in Police Academy over this?
Wow.
That was probably a good choice for Guttenberg, though.
Yes.
Ooh.
Harold Ramis, R.I.P.
Yeah, definitely we lost Egon.
A few years.
It would have worked if you hadn't stopped me. Just Egon, not Dr. Egon.
Dr. Spangler.
That poor librarian. And to think I thought she was up to no good. Oh, there's that spoiler alert.
There you go. The patron saint of librarians.
I think those are our standard questions when we have guests on the Power Hour, too.
I think those are the standard questions on a first date as well.
Back off, man.
That's actually an ESP study and parapsychosis and stuff. They do say that the menstruation cycle can cause rises and,
Look at that, the classic PKE meter. You know, that like super reused prop that they used in like so much shit. And I remember when I was a kid, I was like, just like, man, nothing looks like this. And then the older you get, you see it in all these other old movies.
Can we go back to the idea about the menses having something to do with the paranormal, though?
Yes.
Why do you think you have ESP when you?
No, but I definitely have the CHO,
The cho?
the chocolate cravings.
There you go. Yeah, they do say, and that that question that he asked me, and that Alice was a little older, that maybe being that she was going through menopause, maybe that was causing some her to black out and stuff like that.
I know this, like when Kelly first saw her on screen there, she was like, oh, that lady looks like she's up to no good. And I know when I see chicks on their period, they always look like they're up to no good.
It's because that we just suffer from the chocolate withdrawal. We always look like we're just angry at the world.
And they start seeing ghosts.
They say that chocolate activates the same parts of your brain that sex does.
Oh, that's interesting.
Maybe you should just, sling a little leg on the rag. That's no big whoop.
I'm going to buy some chocolate later.
Just wiping that snot all over these books and stuff.
Ew, is that what that is? Snot?
Well, it's like ectoplasm, but it looks like snot.
Now, can you explain to me what
see there?
ectoplasma is?
Yeah, it's a residue left over when spirits transition from our world from their world into ours.
You gotta imagine, like in these most ghost movies and stuff, like spirits are made up of like negative energy, so like that kind of like rubs off on it. So that stuff is like stuff you want to be touching with your hands.
Giggity.
Part of the theory on this, and like if you recall, most of the real Ghostbusters cartoon was written by J. Michael Straczynski, who's a phenomenal writer. And in one of my favorite episodes of the original cartoon, he describes how the ectoplasm is that leftover sort of conduit fluid. And while a ghost or something like that may have a soul or a personality, the ectoplasm is sort of an instinctual manifestation of the soul. So the Ghostbusters aren't imprisoning souls in the containment units or anything like that. They're just imprisoning the ectoplasmic residue left behind that are influenced from soul. It's interesting. Watch the cartoon.
Okay, this part did kind of freak me out because look at that ghost just looked at them.
Yeah.
So it's like aware of their presence. That's kind of creepy. Yeah.
That is pretty creepy.
He's doing calculations.
That's Egon, man.
That's how I feel like every time I see people doing math. I just want to slap a calculator out of their hand. And be like, fuck you.
This is good.
Now that's a lady who looks like she's up to no good.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe she's on the rag. Where are you from originally?
Sounds good.
I have a feeling this is most like Kelly Jade's plans.
If it's making it up as you go along, then yes.
Is that the Saint of Jerome? Oh,
oh my God!
That shit didn't scare you when you were a kid. You just laughed at that ape lady there.
That would scare anybody.
I know. Look, those grown-up men are like, "Fuck this."
It was funny that they said when they first showed this on the test screening that there was equal amount of laughter and like screaming.
Yeah. That's a good plan.
Bigger than the microchip. We do gotta remember that this was based in 1984.
Of course.
What's funny is, besides John Belushi and Dan Aykroyd, Eddie Murphy was originally supposed to be part of this cast.
Mm-hmm. Uh-oh.
Did you give him chocolate?
Yeah, he gave him the little candy bar. It's like, you earned it.
That's
a
because-
man after my own heart.
That's because Egon doesn't get to have sex, so he's got to stimulate it with the chocolate.
No, I know a lot of times, if someone like gets a good zinger in, I like to throw them up some dap and be like, you earned it. Oh, they're getting thrown off the university campus. The kids love us.
That's an interesting looking machine.
That's probably his little zapper machine that he was shocking the Afro guy with.
Man, it's 1984. That's probably a fax machine.
What's that picture in the background over there? That guy wearing
That is an
thing?
interesting kind of picture, isn't it?
Yeah,
Looks like
it was-
it's something out of the Middle Ages.
Who did Alice say her grandfather thought he was? Her uncle or whatever?
Saint Jerome.
Yeah, that's Saint Jerome, a photo of him.
Saint Jerome is the patron saint of librarians.
No, shut up.
It
Is that
absolutely
true?
is,
Oh,
yeah.
wow. Look at the big brain on Bull.
Patent clerks. Well, at least we know that, certain college things haven't changed.
That's very true.
Now, look, I got to ask you guys. You all know Will. Doesn't Dan Aykroyd look like Will?
He kind of does.
Totally does.
Maybe a little bit.
Look at him right there. With that confused look on his face, that's totally so Will. Oh,
he's-
there you
he's
go, drinking.
drinking.
That's Will. There. Now, if he throws up, we'll be like, that's Will. I don't know.
We should look up and see what they're actually drinking there.
I was born there.
This sounds like something
Wow.
you'd try to do to Will too, Chavez.
Whatever.
Or somehow talk him into...
95,000. Did he say that was the interest on the house?
Yeah,
95.
yeah.
He could have bought another house. Egon doesn't look happy about that deal.
No, he doesn't. I don't think Egon smiles once during this movie. I think we should take a drink every time Egon smiles.
I'm down with that. I
There's
know
a
he
good
does
drinking
smile.
game.
I'm pretty sure he smiles when he talks to Janine,
That's true.
and he smirks a lot. So
But I'm saying a full-on smile.
a full on like a teeth smile.
Yeah.
No, ain't no teeth smile. Demilitarized zone. Sounds like Fort Pierce up there.
that pole is the reason Dan Aykroyd chose this place as the set piece. He was like,
Oh,
has
yeah?
this pole? So that whole part was ad-libbed.
I'm pretty sure they still use that for films today. That same manor or that old firehouse, or whatever.
Oh, absolutely. But I guess when he saw that in the place, he was like, oh, we got to do. This is it.
Yeah, I got you. Like that. That's why they picked it as the set location.
Yeah.
Do they
But
still?
I think because of this movie, they've preserved that building. I could be wrong. I really have no basis for that, but
Do they still use fire poles in firehouses these days?
I don't think most firehouses nowadays are bigger than one story.
well, it's hard to say for us because we live in Florida,
Yeah,
so we
that's a good
definitely don't
point.
have any double story ones here.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe in the rest of the country, I'm sure they do, but
Okay, so now we have Dana Barrett, Sigourney
Is-
Weaver's
I was
character.
gonna say, is that Sigourney Weaver?
Yep. And, this building that they just showed, Central Park West, like that does exist, but it's actually only about 20 stories tall. Where here it's like, looks like it's like 50, 60.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah,
you could-
they added all that Gothic architecture and everything like that. Like
Yep.
that's on the upper floors,
Oh, look
Oh,
who it
Rick
is.
Moranis.
This role was originally supposed to be played by John Candy.
Really?
Wow. Boy, John Candy, there was a good actor.
Absolutely.
Uncle Buck.
He backed out because he wanted Lewis to be a German guy,
Oh.
and they wouldn't go with it for some reason.
This is the difference between when El Bandito asked someone out and when Chavez asked someone out. This is Chavez asking a girl out. Yep,
Yeah.
that's me what I'm asking.
There you go.
Wow.
Right there.
That explains a lot.
Okay, I'll give you a call.
Jay Leno also auditioned for the role.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, iconic commercial right here.
Wow.
What's funny is back in the 80s, they actually aired that commercial, but they had an 800 number
Yeah.
that if you called, it would say, we're out catching ghosts or something. It was like one of the early forms of almost like guerrilla marketing.
Yeah, I was gonna say
That's
it's
pretty
very
cool.
very viral marketing. You remember when they did that for the Dark Knight? Did you ever call that, Kelly?
Yeah,
No, I didn't.
I know you're a big Batman fan, but
I am a huge Batman fan.
Here, look, watch this. You'll like this. Oh, making some eggs. What kind of marshmallows she got there?
Now this is some
She's got
cool.
Stay Puft marshmallows.
Oh, hey, good eye,
Yeah.
good eye.
This is a cool effect.
What's going on with these eggs here?
It's dancing
Oh.
like California raisins. Oh, they exploded.
Now that is a cool effect right
Yeah.
there.
That never happens, baby. I swear.
How do you guys think they did that one?
Magic.
I'm guessing that's probably what is that, like a grill top? They just
Yeah, there was a
the
grill
tiles on
top
there?
underneath there. So Dana's about to open the fridge. Oh, spoiled milk.
Wow. Oh my goodness. Now when I open my fridge, all I see is expired milk and maybe some toast.
I don't know. That's what it's like when you go to Will's house and open his fridge.
Just so you guys know that thing that just said Zool, that was Ivan Reitman's cameo in the movie.
Oh, okay.
That's so funny. This is what I told Kelly Jade when she was pulling up. I seen her outside. She pulls up. I was getting stuff out of the car, and I was like, "You can't park this here." Look, that sounds like what the guy said to Will's car.
Oh, that's too soon. Too soon.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I was gonna say, just as another little thing of the viral marketing, they also drove Ecto One around Manhattan.
Oh, yeah. Very
just
cool.
to kind of
Are you serious?
when the movie before it came out to kind of get people talking about it.
That just reminds me, when I was a kid, I was born in New York, and when I was a kid, we saw like the Ghostbuster car
There you
at
go.
like a gas station, and for the
Yeah.
longest time, I thought I just had imagined it, but
That's-
apparently I saw it.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, because
Wow.
they did that as a thing to try to get more
I
buzz
never
for the
knew
movie.
that. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, no, very cool. And here we have Annie Potts,
Yes.
playing Janine.
Any relation to Pepper Potts?
No, considering that's Annie Potts is the actress's real name,
Oh,
not the characters' names.
What was Egon doing under her desk?
What do you think he was doing?
giggity.
I know. He was giving her bonus.
Here comes Sahorny Weaver.
I know. All right, real quick before we get too far into this, I want to get back to that Dark Knight thing. So when they first came out with the Dark Knight, they had an 800 number that you could call, and it was the number where Joker was torturing that guy.
Oh my gosh.
And you would listen to him torturing that guy and talking all this junk and everything. It was really intense and really cool.
I don't know how
Yeah.
I missed that, seeing as I saw The Dark Knight several times when it was in the theaters, because I'm just a huge fan. I don't know how I missed that, but apparently I did.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it was very cool. We'll have to look up and see if someone's got that recorded somewhere.
I'm sure they do.
Yeah. Okay, now here's Dana and Peter meeting for the first time.
Hey,
You saw him run over to her.
that jump that he made over that thing, like you know, Bill Murray definitely couldn't do that nowadays.
You don't see that kind of behavior in a major appliance. I know some crazy bitches that would make up a story like that. Get some attention.
You know, I'm not much of a mechanic, but like, you know, Ray was just working on Ecto 1 and he had that smoke in his mouth and stuff. I mean, like, is that really that, you know, would
Hell
that be a little
yeah.
dangerous?
Oh, yeah, dude. Guys would smoke all the time with their face in a hood. That's no big whoop, man. It's all good, bro. That's why they keep the gas tank in the back of the car, and it's not near the engine. That's fine.
Gotcha. Do you know that?
Oh, Mr. Tiger's jumping on my crotch here. That's not
Did you know that Christopher Walken, Christopher Lloyd, and Jeff Goldblum were also up for the role of Egon?
Oh, for
Wow.
Egon, really?
Yeah.
That's
Picture
surprising.
Jeff Goldblum in that role.
Yeah, I
Don't know if he'd be the best choice for the.
I mean, definitely like the nerdy kind of. You know, I can
Oh
say-
yeah,
Now,
no, I
Christopher
love Jeff
Walken,
Goldblum.
I don't think
Christopher Walken would be out there, but Jeff Goldblum, no, I think you're right. I think he would have been good. But being that again, like Harold Ramis co-wrote the movie, I'm surprised he ever didn't want to do it. You know.
Well, you know, I think that's kind of like was the thing. I think in the end he was finally like, I'm the one that could do this right. You know, and so I think that's why he kind of just decided to do it.
Another improv scene, him messing with the piano and everything. They said Bill Murray ad-libbed a lot of his stuff.
Yes, yeah, I did read about that too. That actually a good portion of this movie was more just like kind of just let them out and see what they do. You know.
Yep. Yeah, but I mean, they were masters of that. All these guys, SNL alumni and stuff like that. I mean, they were so good on their feet.
Absolutely. Yeah, what exactly is that thing that he's playing?
Like he totally doesn't know. He's like, it's complicated.
This is how I act at work.
Nothing ever happens in there. That's too bad.
It's always good.
What a crime.
There goes that adult humor that you don't catch as a kid.
Whoosh.
Yeah, exactly.
You're more like a game show host. Yeah, remember that when you watch Ghostbusters 2, folks.
Oh, hey, good call. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's why he's a game show host in the second movie.
Is he a game show host in the second movie?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Spoiler alert.
Oh, man. Took you 30 years to see it.
Hey, wait, I think we have a continuity error. What is that other thing? Was that some lettuce sitting there? I don't know if that was on the counter earlier.
I'm pretty sure that was there, but you can see the eggs kind of change formation
Yeah.
from where they were jumping around earlier.
Well, look,
that's okay. I
The
mean,
ghost actually finished cooking them. Look at them. They're like,
oh, he's going to look in the fridge. Oh, my God. Dude, I totally have that dinner dish right there.
oh, man.
Like my
Wow.
parents like gave
I
that
think
to
my
me. They
parents
have
had that
for-
too.
With the little flowers on
Yeah.
it.
Look at that product placement of Coca-Cola right in there. Some Pierre water.
Coke.
Yeah.
Coke.
Coke. Oh, I don't know, guys. Should we pause the movie and get a Coke now?
I think that's what they want us to do.
That's what
I
they
think
do.
we have to obey our corporate masters.
They want you to make an egg sandwich while you're at it with some marshmallows.
All right, everybody. We're going to take a break and grab a Coke. We suggest you do the same. We'll meet you back here. It'll virtually be instantaneous for you, so we'll see you in a second.
Woo.
I don't think Bill Murray's anyone's problem. I think Bill Murray's the answer.
Yes, I would agree with that.
You know what else I think is the answer? This nice, refreshing Coca-Cola.
Oh, yeah. Do you think Dana Barrett's actually like an ancestor of Ripley from Alien?
No, I think she's an ancestor of the person that invented the Barrett 50 caliber assault rifle or sniper rifle.
There you go. That's some heavy duty curly hair right there.
That's some 80s hair.
Very 80s.
Yeah.
But
But
very
again,
pretty though.
this is the most timeless movie rated by the AFI. So
All
They-
I know is
they-
there's usually a part of the movie where Sigourney Weaver is almost naked, like in almost every movie that she's in.
no kiss. That's me too. Look, there's me getting thrown out of buildings. This is like El Bandito meeting Chavez.
Hey, just so you know, that guy's name is the Keymaster.
Oh, that's true.
For some reason, I really want Chinese food now.
Maybe we should
Chinese
pause
food
the
is
video.
good.
No, the last of the petty cash.
We need to get some petty cash.
Trust me, the Coca-Cola we just drank represents the last of the petty cash. Oh, here you go. Iconic.
Yep. What's funny is the
No, wait for it. Wait for it. The sounding of the alarm for the first time in the firehouse. So good.
now the funny part is the inside of the firehouse was filmed in L.A. The outside of the firehouse was filmed in New York City.
Wow.
So you're saying that Dan Aykroyd found the thing in New York, loved it because of the pole, and then they just rebuilt it in L.A.
Well, I think the interior they found in L.A.
Oh,
there's
I got you.
Ecto 1. And you're right, Chavez. This is how the original script was supposed to start right here.
Yeah.
Pretty much with the Ecto 1 flying out of the firehouse.
Yep. And yeah, I mean it's a great like lesson for any filmmaker, any writer, or anything like that. That you have to give your audience the opportunity to grow with you into a new experience or a new facet of life.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
So, beginning off with the three lead Ghostbusters, understanding the world the same way you do, and growing with them into this world of the paranormal, was a really smart way of doing it and classic writing technique. So
Weren't there 4 Ghostbusters?
there were. The fourth Ghostbuster will come up later in the movie.
Okay, all right.
So, yeah. I hate how whitewashed Hollywood is.
Those are some crazy costumes.
Oh, I love them, right? Don't they look awesome as hell, though? I always
Yeah.
wanted to build my own proton pack.
Supposedly those proton packs were really heavy. Like,
I
don't
bet
know
they
what-
look
I
heavy.
totally thought you were going to say real. I was like, what? I was like, all right, bull, there's a limit to what we can tell these people.
They actually have real particle accelerators in them.
They got some cockroaches up on 17.
I'm pretty sure that's some famous dude too. I don't know.
No smoking.
No smoking.
And that guy was just smoking outside of the elevator.
Man, the 80s. What a time. Here's another famous scene here. Just the sound. The sound
Yep.
effects guy for this. So
So good.
it's also the sound Schaefer the Dark Lord uses when he turns on his black box on stage.
Oh, you're right. You're
Yeah.
right. That's true. I was like, where have I heard that recently? That's so good. Good call.
Yeah, but those proton. But my dad made me one out of wood when I was a kid.
That's awesome.
No, there's Vakeman coming out just on the ready. He's like, still think this ghost stuff is bullshit.
Supposedly at some point Chevy Chase was supposed to play him.
This is also one of my favorite. The
Yeah.
only Hispanic person in Ghostbusters right here.
And she gets blown up. Okay, she's still alive.
She's like, No.
She-
Okay. I don't think she was Hispanic.
No.
She looks like a Native American.
Yeah, I don't know. Was she like a black
Is
lady?
she spray bottling the fire?
Yeah, with some water.
Wow, that's great. I've never noticed that before. A great eye, Kelly, on that. That was cool. Just sitting there trying to
My attention to detail knows no other.
That's what we like about you. It's not just the rack and the caboose.
Oh, this thing. Once again, another
Smoking.
scene that you're just like, oh, this is, here it goes.
This is... Oh.
What the frick is that thing?
That cigarette sticking to the moisture on his lips. So beautiful. I mean, what a
Rickman.
great take. Oh, yeah, and his voice inflection there.
Supposedly there was no, like, adhesive use for that. It just so happened to, like, do that.
Yeah.
That's
Jesus.
Slimer.
I remember when I was a kid and, like, I actually stole a cigarette just to see if I could get it to do that, stick to my lips.
Okay, you guys are really focused on the cigarette. Is nobody going to mention this big green blob thing?
Slimer? He's like one of the most iconic
What is
characters.
this?
He's the ghost that they're there to catch, right? So he's a
What the frick kind of ghost is that? I was
Well-
expecting more like that lady in the dress,
Well, you're gonna love this, right? So again, the ectoplasm is manifestations of a soul or whatever as it moved into the afterlife, right? So as they devolve over time, they become more and more kind of feral like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But what's really cool, and Charboil can back me up on this, man. The ghost is actually designed as an homage to John Belushi and his character, like in Animal House and stuff, where he's such a pig eating all the time and everything. So,
Yep, absolutely. He's looking at you. It's like,
Jesus.
he's an ugly little spud.
I think he can hear you, right? If you don't move, that's the same T-Rex. That's like my mom would just scream and not do anything.
Oh, I thought you say running at you like that.
Ew.
He's like a Ninja Turtle.
I'm telling you, those things
He
are so
slimed
heavy.
me. Giggity.
Oh man. Egon and his samples.
I know, right? I like the way Ray in this scene, this whole scene, he's got like the original like Google Glass goggles on there.
There you go. Oh wait, here comes one of my favorite parts coming up right here.
I'm gonna love that kids watching
Oh.
this in the future will think those are really Google Glass.
Yep. No, here goes. I like this part. Watch, hold on. Just give it a second. It's coming up.
I think I know what you're talking
Wait,
about.
Is this like what,
This right here?
Yeah. What,
This is it. This would be you as a ghost, just like
flying around. He's just like flying around, just having a good
just
time.
aimlessly being like la 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 la, crystal chandelier like the shiny.
But look at that. I love that shit. Like he's like, oh shit.
I love it. Do you remember in the cartoon they had a whole bit where the proton blast energy was safe enough that if you reduced it down, you could shoot a person with it and it doesn't hurt anything?
Yeah.
You watch the movie again and you're like, those things are going to fucking murder you.
You just get disintegrated.
This thing would just burn you in half or something. Oh, here you go.
That doesn't sound too pleasant.
Important safety tip. That's don't cross the streams, Kelly, in case you don't remember that from being a kid. If you cross the streams of your proton packs as you're going along there, they'll intertwine and
There's John Belushi right there.
get crunk. This guy might have been based off Will.
Look, he did like a backflip
I
when
know.
he shot him there.
Will's going to listen to this and kick my ass.
You see he like backflipped into the
He
bar.
is. He's just flopping around. That's why you like Slimers. He's like you, man.
He's like,
Wyatt Earp over there, right? Just ripping that bar to shreds.
Did you just make a Wyatt Earp reference?
Yeah. Oh, here you go. This lady's supposed to use this room in like a half hour.
what's Slimer doing up there?
He's just chilling out. He's
He
just
looks like
watching
a-
them freak out.
That's how like a 4-year-old looks. My nephew looks like that sometimes if you're just not paying attention. Oh, I always wanted to do that. Confinement stream. There you go. Don't cross your confinement stream.
I was gonna say this seemed like very overly complicated on how. This is all sparking.
I know. I don't want my face burned off. He's like, oh shit. I didn't even know this could do that.
I looked at the. Why do you tell him not to look at the trap? I don't get that part.
I think because it's so bright, it would like hurt your eyeballs. I don't think it was like you're gonna steal your soul or anything. I think it's just like, look at it. It looks bright as fuck. You know, staring at the sun.
What did they test this stuff on? Like
nothing at this point. Yeah. Remember, it's all the calculations that Egon did from the librarian touching them.
Oh, okay.
He was punching into his calculator. So, hey.
Like, what would happen if Slimer just busted out of that thing?
It wasn't such a chore, was it? Okay, now here's a little known fact I'm going to throw out for all you super fans at home. Because everybody remembers watching this movie on the old 4x3 CRT TVs, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you never noticed, unless you get the widescreen edition, that watch, as Bakeman starts describing the pricing, Egon is actually going to motion to him the amounts with his fingers.
Wow. That's sneaky.
But in the old 4.3, it's focused on just Bakeman, so you never get to see that. So.
That's pretty cool.
We just put that right back. That's fine.
What's so funny is like this guy's just like a manager. He wouldn't be the one paying the bill. What the hell would he care?
Well, you know, his bonuses at the end of the year may reflect upon the profit that the hotel makes and stuff. You know,
that's a good point. Here's Sigourney, so horny Weaver, doing her.
I wish we could see her a little more working out in that leotard there. What's going on?
You guys are such pervs.
So such a tease. Why aren't you wearing a leotard?
I don't know. Why
There's Charles
aren't I wearing a
Manson back
leotard?
there.
What's that guy doing? Oh, that was funny, man.
Yeah, the name of one of the best songs ever.
You know, originally they tried.
Ghostbusters.
They tried to get
that one, don't you?
Yeah.
They tried to get Huey and the Lewis and the News to do a song for this, and he turned it down.
That makes sense because I remember even when he did the Back to the Future song, he was really like, I don't want to do movie stuff because they always sound terrible. It's always really weird. Yep. So like the only reason he did Power of Love was because they told him he could just do whatever he wanted and they'd make it work for the movie.
Hey, first time Larry King's ever in a movie.
Yeah, look. Oh, what is he doing? Podcasting? What a dork.
Wow, look how young he is.
I know, he doesn't look like a skeleton at the end of Raiders.
Look at that guy. It's like, what the hell's he got in there? Some Chinese food?
He's like, oh shit, get that smoking shit away from me. What the fuck? That seems like it's dangerous as fuck. I know, it's some big smoky thing.
Hey, you see that guy chasing them in the background? That's because all this was filmed without a permit.
Right.
Yeah, this scene.
Yeah, I heard that's also one of the huge turning points of the production was the first time the Ghostbusters walked out in uniform onto the streets of New York, and people just couldn't stop looking at them. That they were like, holy shit, we may have something here. You know?
Absolutely.
The Ghost of Elvis.
The Ghostbusters Super Diet.
There you
That
go.
looks interesting.
I think that's what I need to do is Ghostbusters. I think this is what I need to do right here. What do you think, Kelly Jade? What are you doing later?
I don't know. What am I doing later?
Well, once again, another one of these scenes that, you know, as a kid, I was like, you must really have to go to the bathroom or something.
Oh, my goodness.
I hate to say, even when I was a kid, I knew exactly what was going on.
You did?
Although it wasn't until I was an adult that I realized he was only dreaming.
Hey, Ernie Hudson.
There you go. Also standard questions to be a guest on the Power Hour.
And on a first date.
Yeah. That's how we hired Boyle. He was like, there's a steady paycheck in it. I'll believe anything you want.
You know, supposedly, Winston, one of his qualifications was that he was an Army veteran.
Oh.
So that's one of the reasons why he isn't scared of the ghost and stuff.
Yeah, I like this. That's our selection process as well. Yeah, beautiful. He passed the physical. He's breathing.
When Eddie Murphy was originally going to be part of the movie, like his role was going to be a lot bigger.
Yeah.
He was going to be one of the.
Look, it's Ellis Duval, ladies and gentlemen. Ellis Duval from Beverly Hills Cop 3.
Oh, there he is.
Yeah, he killed.
Oh, his
friend,
the
boss,
chief. Yeah, the chief. It's funny that you mentioned Beverly Hills Cop. That's the movie that Eddie Murphy passed up on this to go and make.
See, it's almost like
interesting.
It's almost like I know things I don't even know I'd be knowing.
There you go.
Kelly Jade's just like, I want to listen to the movie. You guys need to shut up.
What's funny is she's
this guy's snorting cocaine.
What's funny is like Dana Barrett's still living in her apartment that she's asking him about information on. Like, why would you just not live there?
Right? If I were her, I would have moved by now. But I guess maybe she hasn't seen any more refrigerator monsters.
There you go.
I don't know, man. I'm just saying, if you saw a cockroach in your apartment.
I would not be. I would burn it to the ground.
So imagine a cockroach that was the size of like a dog and in your refrigerator.
Kill it with fire.
Everything burns.
Take no prisoners.
Burn, baby, burn. Disco
Inferno.
Inferno. Burn, baby, burn.
I wonder if the ghost helped her do her hair in the morning.
To get that perfect 80s fro.
There you go. She probably just has that cello player guy come do it.
Now, isn't this the movie where at the end, like, Bill Murray whispers something in her ear and then she ends up with going back to her boyfriend here or whatever?
You're thinking of a totally different movie.
Yeah, that's that one with Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. I don't even think she was born yet, right?
Probably not.
Now look, here's Bull every time he's in a park.
When I'm in a what?
When you're in a park or like...
Oh.
This was you when you're playing Pokemon Go.
When I'm dancing.
Yeah, when he's dancing around here in a second.
I thought when you thought he was like, who the hell is that? That's usually what I say when I see things from Pokemon Go. This right here.
Because he sees that other guy.
Winston's like, the fuck is that?
Now, what a diminutive containment unit compared to the one like in the cartoon.
Oh, yeah. That shit was like a safe. Yeah.
And it was giant. It was like a vault.
Yeah.
Neutralize your field. There you go. That's the type of instruction you like, right, Kelly Jade?
Yes.
Just like everybody's smoking this movie.
It was the 80s. Everyone smoked. The Pope smoked.
Indoors as well.
Yeah. Oh, what a dick. Is that you at work?
No, that's typical New York customer service right there.
Nice.
Oh, Walter Peck.
Yep. I think this is the character that Kelly Jade will most relate to, right? He's a bully, a jerk.
Oh, here's some wise potato
I've never
chips.
bullied in my entire life.
Well, I don't know if you caught what he was saying. This guy's from the EPA there to investigate like the environmental impact that their ghost catching has. Yeah.
Very cool. May I see the storage facility?
You didn't say the magic word.
These are the kind of people I got to deal with at work.
These are the people I have to deal with when I go to your work too. Yeah, and again, this is another segment where you don't really get when you're a kid, but
Yeah.
I know for me, especially when I got older, that I really realized that I was like, dude, I'm like, why is Vakeman pissed? Why isn't he just like showing this guy the thing and being like, everything's honky dory? But it's like, he doesn't know this fucking guy. This guy could go in there and just steal all their secrets and then run them out of business. So,
well, I think it's too that he knows that this stuff isn't. I mean, they're down there smoking right near it. Like, he knows that it's not probably all up to snuff. It's like,
oh, here you go.
Oh, it's the Twinkies.
That's a big Twinkie.
Giggity.
Oh man. So, yeah, the EPA guy shows up, but nothing in the movie alludes to the fact that they might be doing anything that's dangerous. I mean, yeah, okay, they're wearing unlicensed nuclear accelerators on their back. So maybe the nuclear accelerators are supposed to be licensed by the EPA and they just can't afford that. So that's probably really what Bakeman's talking about. But for the most part, all I can think of right now is that we should totally get Twinkies to enjoy our delicious Coke with.
I don't know if I could eat a Twinkie right now because I do remember this scene as a kid. And yeah, this
was this one of
that
Pants
sounds
shitting
for
terror show?
foreboding.
Yeah, this was a little creepy.
Uh-oh. Yeah, this is especially creepy for me. I have an inherent fear of dogs. I don't, I mean, I like dogs if you're with your dog. I'm not mean to dogs or anything, but I am very scared of them. But
look at Dana had such a tough day. She doesn't even have the fro down.
It's true. She's slacking on the fro.
She's got the hair up day.
But that scarf, though.
She's trying to sneak on by.
It's cute. You like that scarf?
I do like that scarf.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, can't you just see John Candy playing that role, like with his glasses on and popping out of there?
Oh, you'd fill the scene a little better. Rick Moranis looks like Callista Flockhart over there. But I think it's great, like just the height disparity between the two of them, the contrast of characters.
Oh, yeah.
I think they just fill a screen beautifully.
Sounds like one of my parties.
and also, I like the way it illustrates the difference between Ray and Egon being like kind of nerds,
Yeah.
but then Lewis being like a nerd.
Well, he's an accountant, so
Yeah.
he's definitely in that, not a science nerd, more of a math nerd.
Yeah, but he has none of those suave factors of the other guys, or like everything like he's kind of a real dork.
I was gonna say Ray or Egon don't really seem to be pulling in the
No, but they don't come off as weird either. Like Lewis comes off as someone that you're like, nope. Oh, this is coming up one of my all-time favorite scenes.
Me too. She's taking her pants off.
Well, I definitely like that part, but no, I love this special effect coming up. It's really cool.
Oh, I can't wait to see it.
Yeah, I think Kelly Jade's going to get a kick out of this because I have the feeling she's not going to remember it, right? You don't remember what's coming up?
No, I do not.
Okay.
Listen to just some of that score too. It's kind of
That's drawing us in.
Gives you that eerie feeling.
Oh, what's going on back there?
Oh my goodness.
What's going on back there? Oh.
So the ghost is in her refrigerator.
Sometimes I see visions like this. It's usually coming out of my bathroom.
Yeah,
This thing called the sun.
when you're on peyote. Look at that, man. It's like bending the door. All right, here you go. Oh my God.
Here we go. Ooh,
that stunt guy.
Oh my goodness.
Just totally grabbing some titty. I love that. It's like, you just want to be that stunt guy. It's like, I'm just going to grab her tit. You're like, whatever. There's a boob like popping out. Like
oh my gosh.
They knew where it was at.
Yeah, they did. Those guys were like, whatever. They'll work on set for one day. They're like, I'm gonna grab Sigourney Weaver's boots.
Because why not?
Terrible.
The guy's been like, I've been waiting for that since Alien. The generics.
Yeah.
Here comes a film that doesn't cut. Like it's a straight cut. It's a straight film.
This is what you should do.
That's a good idea.
Just invite clients instead of employees. You know. Oh, look at that chick.
That's usually what I hear most of the time.
This Amazonian babe right here just stood up looking straight out of Austin Powers over there. Machine gun jubblies. Don't move. Dance, but don't move.
Who's that guy over in the corner over there just kind of
on the
hovering?
left?
Yeah.
That guy's Dre's nerd. It's like a nerd fest. Man. It's all just baldies and four eyes.
Whatever, man.
That's not very nice.
I'd be hanging out at this place. That'd be me right there.
Oh my gosh.
Doesn't the dog look like he's scratching on a DJ table in there though? Eric. Eric.
Like what was?
Just that sound.
Oh my goodness.
Oh shit! Oh man!
I like how terrible the special effects
Oh
are.
come on! It's beautiful claymation and puppetry there.
What? Here comes the best. Here you go.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, man. Look, he's just like, what up? Look at that. Like, that'd be like my mom.
Yeah.
It's like, nope.
But considering all the wood splintering and everything like that, I mean, what an awesome practical effect that was.
Sure.
You know? I mean, yeah, it doesn't blend as well as CGI today, but still, I mean.
For the time, I'm sure it was like, holy crap.
Yeah, it's pretty
for the
incredible
time.
stuff. But honestly, all the ghosts in the movie, boy, they really look good, you know?
Oh, yeah,
Yeah, the dog puppet thing interacts in so many real world scenarios that it's kind of difficult to make it look super real. But the ghosts that are meant to look ethereal in our world, like they actually pull off really well in all the scenes that they're in. Hey, what do you think, Kelly Jade, and some of the ghosts we've seen so far? Do you think those effects look good? They stand the test of time?
I don't know if they quite stand the test of time, but I would say that they are. They seem to be quite groundbreaking for the time period that they were made in.
Oh, come on. You don't think the librarian was like the jam? That totally looked legit.
I don't know.
Oh, you weren't feeling it?
No, I wasn't feeling it.
Look at this, how no one else can see the dog but him.
I was going to say, this is pre 9/11 right here.
Yeah.
They're questioning the punk rockers over here.
The cyberpunks of the 80s.
Those people surely saw something.
I saw the dog run into the wood like tears in the rain.
The lady's like, why are you talking about me like that?
Look at this. He's like, oh, shit.
Vakeman's like, I might need to party with this guy, Lewis.
I know, right? He's like, damn, Four Eyes had a pate. Oh, snap. That's how Kelly looked when she showed up, too.
I tried.
This is also what happened when we first met.
Did you peep through the door, too?
I creeped through the door.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Gozer.
The Destructor. I like the way she's looking over her shoulder. That's so hot. Like she's just bent over like that, looking back, being like, the Destroyer. Oh, I'll destroy that shit. So nice.
Isn't this supposed to be a kids movie? Actually, how earlier I mentioned that, Chevy Chase was supposed to be Venkman at one point.
Yeah.
He said the reason he turned it down was because he thought the script was too scary. I guess the original script was more darker.
Huh. An interesting Chevy Chase fact. He's heir to a urinal cake fortune.
No.
Wow, there's a claim to fame.
Yeah, his family owned a thing. So he was rich when he got into acting. So
wow. So they don't have to worry too much. You can just take all the risks.
Yeah. Why are you always asking me about some other girl? I want to talk about Dana. Another iconic line right there for Kelly Jade to hear.
There is no Dana, there's only Zool.
Yep. Watch, here it goes.
This is how most girls.
Oh my goodness.
Is that practical effects show?
Those are the.
Oh my goodness.
That's the sound most girls make on dates with me too.
How'd they pull that one off?
It's all mirrors and wires.
It's magic.
It is.
Believe in magic.
I saw Chris Angel do this on the sidewalk in Jersey. It's fine. But no, that is really cool.
He's like, I totally see up her dress from here.
It's like, all right, we're getting this date started.
Oh.
This is Boyle taking a walk through the park.
Pretty much. I'm looking for my phone so I can play Pokemon.
That's what you look like playing Pokemon Go. Your hair all tousled like that and stuff.
So
gotta catch 'em all.
He's the keymaster, but he kept getting himself locked out. It's kind of ironic,
Ooh.
Oh my goodness.
Some Teen Wolf eyes going there.
My goodness.
Drunk motherfucker. Man.
What an asshole is what the guy said.
Yeah.
That's usually what I say, like when my Pokemon game locks up. You'll perish in flames.
Oh, she's just picking up or dropping off. When the guy first shows up. I love that. The old paddy wagon, man. That shit's just going off the charts right there. I don't think he's human.
Like right now.
There's the classic colander hat right there.
That is quite the contraption.
I know. Well, did you see the readout that he looks like the dog in the readout there? That's pretty cool. What do they call those dogs, Bull? Do you remember?
Terror dogs, I think.
Terror?
Yeah, terror dogs.
Pretty cool, man. Do I? I think it's time for us to have some coffee. What do you guys think?
Yeah, probably be a good time to do a little quick.
All right, we're going to take a quick coffee break, and looking at that colander makes me want to make some popcorn too. So we're going to grab some popcorn and coffee, maybe some Twinkies and Coca-Cola. We'll join you guys back in just a second. Woo!
Woo!
Giant slur!
Pause that, man.
I know. Well, that part was really good. I wanted to hear it. Okay, we're going to go. All right, looks like Lewis is enjoying himself some popcorn here. At least the smell of it. I see Janine is usually very psychic.
Venkman probably
He
did his
just rubbed
little.
the pizza on his face.
Venkman probably did his little trick on Janine.
Yeah, see-
shocking her.
Yeah, I know, right? She's doing the electroshock. But yeah, as it turns out, like, you know, Vince hasn't been to Earth in a long time, so he's exploring all this stuff. You know, that's who Lewis is possessed by, is Vince Clortho.
Isn't he the guy that created the building, or no? Is that someone different?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, I see what you're saying. So Vince Clortho's the guy that he's looking for, or? No, I think his name is Vince Clortho, right? And he's the Keymaster?
Yeah. I think Vince Clortho is the name of the dog guy,
Yeah.
and the other one's name is Zool.
Yeah, they'll talk about the architect again in a few minutes, though. Sigourney Weaver breathe. That's me on the treadmill breathing like that.
That's how Slimer was breathing when he was up in that thing too.
That's how you sleep, Bull.
No, this is true.
Except it sounds more like this car. Never met him.
Yep, there you go. More smoking in this movie.
Even Ray was smoking back there behind his shit. That's what's fucked up. You know, Harold Ramis is the only one that didn't smoke. Dies first.
I know. Yeah, good point, man.
That's what we call irony.
Yep.
Judgment Day.
Judgment Day.
They're talking about Terminator 2.
They were predicting it.
Oh, getting deep on the Ghostbusters.
All right, interesting theory.
Some classic 80s riff right there.
You know it, man.
Oh, the Twin Towers.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, look at that.
Nice shot there. I think that's probably the only time we see them in this film, right?
Yeah, I would say so.
Maybe they have some more skyline shots at the end. Uh-oh. Who's this, Kelly?
I don't know. Who is this?
It's that Walter Peck guy.
Oh, right. Okay.
From the EPA. He's come with his warrant finally here.
I see.
I always like those doors inside of a door thing at a firehouse. Isn't that cool?
Yeah, that is pretty cool.
Don't you guys have like almost like one of those doors inside of a doors right out here? I noticed that. I was like, hey, there's like an extra door here.
Oh. Oh, is that all? Sounds like he's got a lot of shit there that he's going to pin on him.
Yep. Look at Vince down there.
He's studying human behavior over there. It's good. So, yeah, here again, that EPA thing coming to bite him in the ass.
Like, what if their power went out?
That's a good question. Looks like they're going to shut it off.
The poor employee guy. This guy's like, shit.
I know, this guy's like, I get to be the big villain.
Yeah. See, look at it. Egon just made an explosion gesture in front of a police officer in New York.
Yeah.
It's also pre 9/11.
There you go.
Uh-oh.
Watch, he's just like...
I've made a huge mistake.
Look at Vince, he's all happy. He's like, yeah. So,
Around stumbling around all drunk back there.
trying to catch them all.
Oh, boom! Right out the
climax.
roof.
She's climax.
Oh, that's nice. Going out of business.
Look at Winston. Winston's like, shit, man.
I
Just
know.
trying to get off the job.
He was like, there goes my $11,000 a year job. Damn.
What's funny is like, why is Winston not wearing his like uniform?
Wasn't he wearing his uniform in the car a little while ago?
Yeah.
I thought he was, yeah.
Like, what's Ray's uniform doing half open there? I'm not sure what was going on with them.
They were
cats.
getting up to some business.
Yeah, it was like nighttime.
Did you just say your mother?
Yeah.
Egon got all, you know.
Look at that. That doesn't look good. Big stream of juju shooting up into the sky. Oh, look, there's the Twin Towers there, right? Is that them in the foreground? In the
no.
background?
That's the Empire State Building.
No, in the background, way back there.
Oh, maybe it is, yeah. Wow.
The song's always been creepy.
This is like, believe.
Some like Prince shit going on.
Believe. It is, right?
She kind of looks like Prince right there.
This song was one of the scariest things about this movie to me. I don't know why. It's just this guy has this weird kind of... I used to have like the little toy of that ghost right there. This dude scared the bejesus out of me. Watch the Taxi Driver.
Oh my gosh.
Man, when I was a kid, that thing was some pants-shitting terror right
That's
there.
some pants-shitting terror now.
You know who he reminds me of is when like the Batman '89 Joker fries that guy with his joy buzzer. That's the same thing that freaked me out when I was a kid. Uh-oh, who's this coming back?
Oh, it's that weird green one.
Slimer, yeah.
She looks all
Believe.
coked out.
I know, right? She's like, hell yeah, we gonna partay? She looks hot coked out though, you know?
Yeah, I do her.
Nice. Ooh. That's when she climaxed. Well.
There you go. She came 2 times. She's still standing. This kind of an asshole that, like, you know, Winston all of a sudden's like being like, I'm done.
Right?
No,
I had nothing to
fuck
do with
that,
this.
dude. He's like a low level employee there. I'd be like, fuck these guys. I'd roll around him in a heartbeat.
Damn.
Everybody get this? Yeah, pretend.
I like the guys in the background who are just making all these gestures.
Yeah, but like they're all listening because it's just like neat shit. You know, that's the same thing we were doing just there for like a minute and a half. We're just like all enthralled in the explanation of the movie.
This jailhouse that they're in right now,
Mm-hmm.
it's actually haunted.
Like in real life, is this
Yeah.
Alcatraz or something?
Wow.
I don't know the location, but I noticed it was haunted.
That's irony.
Bunch of
Yeah, isn't Ivo Shandor's the guy who made the building, right?
there you go, there you go.
Cool. Like now everybody huddles in to listen to it now. They're like, oh shit, this sounds cool. Bring about the end of the world. Sumerian. Hey, there's Carl Winslow right there. From Family Matters fame,
Yep.
from Die Hard fame. The guy he's always cast as a cop in like everything he ever does. But yeah, so what a great like explanation scene there. You know, they really break down a lot of the plot and they give you everything that's going on.
Sure.
And a nice little neat scene like that still has a lot of fun aspects to it.
Whoa,
Yeah.
what's happening over here?
I told you she climaxed. Uh-oh. That's what happens when Bull just walks up to a door. It just throws itself open. Coming in, motherfucker. Yeah.
What's funny is
Oh, snap.
weren't they both on top of the building to begin with?
What do you mean?
The dog statues?
Yeah.
Like, why did the one ever leave? You know, like, why did the Vince Cortho guy... Oh, because he was
chasing Lewis.
Okay,
yeah, out in the
okay.
Central Park and stuff.
Gotcha.
Yeah. There they go. They're going off together. I'd like to open your hole into another universe. Is that what happens, Kelly Jade, when you go out looking for a date? You just find some handsome dude like that?
Pretty much,
Just
yeah.
dip him. Make him yours.
Only for the night.
Oh, man. That's what I heard. I love that. The walls in the 51st precinct will bleed, you know. And what a great guy to read that line, you know.
Yeah.
The Vakeman just calls that Cardinal Mike. See, here's going to bat for him, man. Mr. Pecker.
He knows just where to hit him.
Oh, totally. Even the Cardinal's like, yeah. Just that coy look from Bakeman. Bye. I'm gonna miss him. All right, such iconic dialogue there at the end. Just good schmoozing by Bakeman. You know, so fast paced and all. It's like you don't even want to interrupt these guys while they're talking.
Oh, absolutely. You know, and seeing like the, you know, them finally kind of getting one over on the Walter Peck, which,
yeah,
I mean, what a great villain. You know, from the point where, you know, the guy's kind of doing his job, but he's also a real jerk as well.
Yeah, I mean, you say the guy's a jerk, but I mean, he's absolutely right. They have unlicensed equipment that is damaging and polluting the environment. He goes there and just kind of gets shit on by Bakeman.
Yep.
So he takes it personally and, you know, goes in there like an asshole. And yeah, he shuts down the containment unit and that causes this big thing. But they still weren't doing anything that they should have been doing federally to, like,
sure,
you know, reduce their carbon footprint there. So
look at this. At least, you know, the Jewish people are there.
Yeah,
praying
but
for,
again, like another good story writing element, you know, and what makes the movie so great is exactly the point that you're making. Whenever you have a character that is a villain, but you can see their point of view, you can get behind what they're doing. You know, it's the same contrast you have like with Magneto and Professor X. They're on opposite sides of the same coin, but because you can pick a side with one or the other and both kind of see their point of view, it really makes it for a more convincing character.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, definitely, because we know, you know, the ultimate villain, of course, are the ghost, or, you know, Zool and all that stuff. But
yeah,
to have that human element too, that's causing a conflict for them, is kind of cool.
Oh, totally. You know, and this here's such great scenes. You know, them gearing up and everything like that. Like we mentioned earlier, you know, the crowd seeing them in their uniforms. You know, knowing that these guys were pretty big stars at the time too. You know, coming off all their SNL work and stuff like that.
Sure.
You know, but then gearing up for this like awesome, really weird, fantastical project about ghost busting. And I mean, look at the extras they pulled for this. I mean, it's just awesome.
Definitely a lot of work went into creating this movie and creating this scene in particular.
Yeah. There's a building there. Oh shit. Like it's like the building is evil, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Well, they were saying that it was actually the structure that it was built with, like, you know, was like, you know, the Sumerian ruins and stuff like that. It was in those shapes. So it is kind of very...
another great practical effect here. This is ground just erupting like that. I mean...
Absolutely.
Again, what work with extras and all. It's just good stuff.
I mean, I always I understood this scene that, you know, it's like trying to show, like you said, like almost like the environment itself is trying to attack them.
Yeah. Yeah, just the awesome power of like a Gozer and everything like that. You know, I mean, it stands to question whether or not this is just a natural reaction of something coming through to our world or something with malice. I mean, you have to assume it's something with malice, that it happens right at the epicenter of where the Ghostbusters are standing, you know?
Yeah.
So,
but it seems to be like where, you know, I didn't want to say it too soon, but it's like how they just overcome that so quickly. Like, I never found that to be very impactful. You know, that particular scene. Like, I mean, it's cool, like, obviously watching it and seeing, like, you know, but it was just like, like they fall in the hole and then they just kind of pop right out. It is
it's just kind of like that false twist thing where you're like, holy shit, did something just happen? And you're like, no, we're fine. We're good. So I think it's just kind of a fake out for the audience, you know?
I just wonder how they wrote that. Like, did they write that to be a lot more cataclysmic and that's what they had the budget to do? You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I got you. No, that's a fair point. Like maybe they were talking about destroying city blocks or something like that. So
a lot of stairs.
I remember the very terrible Nintendo video game had you like run up all those stairs. Do you remember that?
And you'd go back and you had to shoot at weird angles. The ghost would they were able to just fly right through everything.
Yep.
It's a fucking pain in the ass. That's what it's like for me.
That's what I look like when I catch the new Pokemon.
Lewis is just like, I just had sex.
What's funny, so I take it the elevator didn't work, but the lights are still on?
Well, the elevator is a much more complicated system than the lights.
This is a good point. Plus, would you really want to get in an elevator when some fucking ghostly shit is down?
Hell no, like they're just going to drop
the
you.
elevator.
Yeah, they're going to drop you 20 fucking floors.
Tower of Terror.
Yeah, it's up to no soft cushion at the bottom.
That's how I enter rooms.
Door just drops down. Push. Wow, look at that. Whole section of the building just destroyed. I love the architecture of New York. They focus on a lot of older sections like that.
Yep.
That just remain timeless. They go up. Brilliant observations. The lightning strikes. And he's like, yeah, go ahead.
It was only open for a limited time, but I remember at Universal Studios they used to have a Ghostbusters stunt show.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. I don't think I ever got to go see it, though.
It was pretty much like this scene, the whole, rooftop kind of thing going on.
Yeah. Maybe I did see that. I was probably pretty young, so I don't remember, but...
Oh, my goodness.
Uh-oh. Oh. Gives new meaning to the phrase doggy style right there. Oh, right. Vaquin's like, Oh, look, the thing from the refrigerator.
Yeah.
It's like a doorway to another world.
Now, here's where things get really interesting, Kelly. I don't know. How much do you remember this scene?
Not a whole lot.
Yeah.
Is this the one with the Marshmallow Man?
It is. Yeah, that's coming up here in a little bit.
Okay.
Look at this. This is exactly what I would hope to find if I found a doorway to another dimension.
David Bowie?
David Bowie would be fine, but also this like supermodel looking chick that's pretty cute. Go get her, Ray.
What's funny is this role was originally supposed to be played by Paul Rubens, otherwise known as Pee Wee Herman.
Wow,
oh, really?
that would've been
The role of
interesting.
Gozer?
Mm-hmm.
Some wild makeup, man.
Mm-hmm.
Good evening.
And you're telling me that monologue doesn't remind you of Will? Yeah, go with it, man.
Oh boy, that escalated quickly.
Look at the way it's
Yeah.
flying up onto the...
He's like, "You're not a god, fuck you, dude. Are you to come out here and talk shit to me?"
Yeah, that right there hanging off like a 50 or whatever, how many story building it is.
A very high building.
Yeah, yeah, that day.
Another iconic line right there.
Winston.
Oh, look at those eyes, man. Those big red eyes she's got. It's pretty cool. Ooh, she's all nimbly bimbly like a cat.
She's like, peace out.
In heels, no less.
That's how I
Wow,
get out
that's
of bed.
impressive.
That's how I get out of bed in the morning. Slipping out of
If only we were also a rock star.
it.
Do you do that in heels, boy?
Yeah, looking like David Bowie.
That's how I get out of bed. I just drift into nothing. Fuck. It sucks.
No, I'm going to show you how you get out of bed in a few seconds.
It's Militon. Ooh. Some more great sound effects there. Uh-oh. Creepy statue face.
Oh my goodness.
Coming at you.
Oh my gosh. That looks like that would
I was gonna
Rock
say
would
yes.
totally murder somebody, man. Dang.
Bakeman comes through.
Don't think of anything. Don't think of anything. You guys aren't thinking of anything, right?
I'm not thinking of anything.
Okay, don't think of anything. What? Look at Ray.
No, that's something I could totally see Will doing.
Nice. He's like, guys, just wondering. What? Uh-oh. Did you hear the grumble?
Sorry. Oh my god, that thing is creepier than I remembered.
Creepier. He looks so happy.
He looks creepy.
He was my favorite. I loved Stay Puft when I was a kid, man.
I don't. Okay,
so
I don't
happy.
understand where this guy came from.
Well, like Gozer was saying, you choose the form of your destructor.
Mhm.
So Vakeman's saying, he's like, clear your minds and don't think of anything. You know? So basically, Gozer's a godlike entity. It can be anything at once. You know, but because he thought of the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, that's the form of the destructor that will destroy your world.
Wow. What a way to go.
Aw. Something Ray loved from his childhood. I used to have the little. You remember they used to make the stuffed animal that was a Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. Yeah. I used to have that. I took it everywhere with me when I was a kid. My parents used to hate it. They were like, "Take things all filthy. Don't take it." I loved it, man. They would buy me a new one like every year or something, every 6 months.
I remember I'm terrible on the capacity rush. That's an awesome looking, even till today. That looks so cool. He.
Yeah, oh shit, he's looking bad.
Look
at Walter Peck. He's like, what the fuck?
Roast him.
Oh, now he's looking pissed. He's like, oh, god damn, that shit hurt. What are you guys doing?
Oliver makes faces like that sometimes.
Oh shit. I bet that smells amazing, though.
Yeah.
Just that Marshmallow Man burning.
Just throw some graham crackers and chocolate onto that. You got some s'mores.
There you go.
A good night.
Yeah.
What do you think? Would you take the bullet from the Stay Puft to save the city?
I would not. No. The city can burn. Did it say he swings both ways?
Uh-oh. Crossing the streams is bad. That would be Bull's defense. Create us in advance. Oh, what do you think of the plan, Kelly?
I love this plan. Let's do it.
What did Winston say? This isn't worth
$11,500 a year. That's what I was saying. The job pays him $11,000 a year.
No wonder he was like,
yeah. These guys got balls, man. Going to certain doom just to save the city.
Look at Stay Puft's back there.
He's
coming up.
He's coming. He's coming.
He's like, oh shit! Look at the.
My God, look at his face.
I know. He's like, no, I'll be doing that shit. That's where I live. I go, don't be doing that. Oh, there, poor Stay Puft. It was so weird. It never fazed me as a kid that he got destroyed. I was just like, I love him. He's okay. He was always around in the cartoon.
Yeah, he just showed back up. Yep.
You're like, he aight.
Yeah.
He's not aight.
So look, here's a cool little behind the scenes trinket, right? This actor here who plays Walter Peck, they tell him they're gonna dump this marshmallow goo on him, which is actually like shaving cream.
Yes.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
And they tell him they're gonna drop a 75-pound like tub of this stuff over his head. And he's like, well, dude, isn't that 75 pounds worth of like liquid just hitting me? He's like, I don't want to do that. That sounds dangerous. And they're like, dude, it's just liquid. Don't worry about it. And so he says, we'll have a stuntman do it. So they do it to a stuntman. It completely crushes this guy. It's still 75 pounds.
Oh my God.
You know, and he just gets wiped out. And they reduce that. That's actually only like 25 pounds of shaving cream that they dunk on him there. It still looks way impressive. So can you imagine that 3 times worse?
That's insane.
Another quick little thing about the guy who played Walter Peck. People disliked that character so much that in real life, like, people would pick fights with that guy, with the actor, like in bars and stuff.
Did he like quit acting over it or something for a long time? So, but like, I love how Vakeman has like no marshmallow shit on him because his ass was hiding quick.
That's a good point. Yeah, look at him. He's like practically clean.
Yeah, I remember even when I was a kid, I noticed that. I was like, damn, what a smooth motherfucker. Like, he barely got any marshmallow shit on.
He was like a little on his head.
I know. And then as I got older, I was like, oh shit, he probably bitched out. That's why he got no shit on him. He said it smells like wet dog out here. Some insensitive shit.
Ooh, what's happening here?
Oh, look at that. He's like, if all you are is a hand, you can still please me.
He's like, if you thought that orgasm that you had that blew up the side of your building was something, just you wait. So I used a proton.
Yeah, the 4 Ghostbusters are like, we're gonna cross the streams, baby.
What was the gun called? Like, didn't the gun part actually had a name too? Or?
It does. I can't think of it. I know they mentioned it earlier. Go check on that little guy.
Yeah, apparently those Stay Puft Marshmallow Man costumes cost like $20,000 a piece, and
Really?
Wow.
they destroyed all 3 of them.
What's funny is, like, in their universe, the city of New York, man, you know, God, it must have smelled amazing for like months. And then, like, actually, it probably smelled amazing for like 3 days and stinks like fuck.
That's probably more accurate.
Yeah.
But I like that. Talking about Will, we got to tell him that's his favorite line when Louis comes out of the rubble and he's like, the superintendent's going to be pissed. He says that pretty much anytime you break something, you know.
Yeah.
Okay. Winston.
He looks nice and satisfied.
He went on a fucking adventure, man. He said he was only with them for a few weeks.
Wow. He got the 3 weeks of his life.
Hell yeah. Oh, Vickman gets the girl. She's like,
You can tell, she really doesn't want to do it.
So what'd you think, Kelly? Was that as good as you remembered?
Yeah, it was a pleasant watching experience.
Yeah.
Yeah, the story was a little bit complicated at times, but overall I enjoyed it. I thought it was a cute movie.
Yeah, it really has a good timeless feel to it too, right? You know, like aside from a little bit of the haircuts and clothing and stuff, it's really
smoking indoors.
Yeah, it really has
definitely dated. Yes.
Yeah, but very very little like the story wise, the dialogue wise. There's no like real slang that kind of ages it.
Mm-hmm.
You
Yeah,
know?
no,
So
That's true. That's very true.
Yeah, it's a great watch. I mean, honestly, I'm not really sure why they chose to reboot it rather than continue the story, but we haven't seen the reboot yet. You know, we'll have to see how that works out. So, are you excited about the notion of them like remaking the movie with an all-female lead?
I am. Yeah, I'd be very curious to see what the new one was consisting of and how it would differ from the original one with women in the main roles. So that would be interesting to see.
Yeah, I have to say, like, I like the cast they've chosen for it. Kristen Wiig, Melissa McCarthy, you know, and all this, like, you know, especially the two of them. Like, I enjoy the movies they're in a lot. You know, they have that same SNL alum feel to them and stuff. So,
sure,
you know, I think if it's done right, it could be really good. I'm not one of those naysayers. Like, boy, a lot of people really are spewing hate about them rebooting that.
Yeah, yeah.
But
I'm definitely one of those people that are like, wait till you see it. You know,
yeah, exactly.
Make the judgment. Now, you know, there's going to be a lot of nostalgia that's
Totally.
just with the trailer and stuff like that. You know, they've already kind of shown some little things that will really feed, you know.
Yeah, you know, I have to say, like, for any listeners out there, if you got the opportunity to watch the trailer for the new rebooted Ghostbusters movie, watch the international trailer, because, like, the United States trailer kind of sucks, because it's all geared around the nostalgia of the original movies and things like that, and it doesn't really tell you about the movie. Uh-oh.
Oh my goodness.
Slimer's still on the loose out there.
I sense a sequel.
But yeah, like the international trailer focuses more on the fun and comedic aspect of the movie, which is really the backbone of the original movie, you know. So
Sure.
I think it's a better trailer, you know.
Yeah, well, we'll have to see, like you said, like, you know, with the upcoming movie coming out, you know, see how it does, how it fares to the, I mean, of course, the original is always going to be classic. But yeah, absolutely. You know, looking forward to seeing what they do with it, and yeah, you know.
So I know Charboil and I were gonna get out and catch the movie. You know, I'm sure we'll invite Miss Kelly Jade and see if she wants to come with us.
Of course I would.
Oh, okay, great. So it's a date.
It might be a date.
Oh. Well, you know, we're gonna check out the movie, and if you want to hear our reviews or some of our speculations or updates, you know, what we thought of the comparison between the two movies, feel free to tune in about 2 weeks to the Power Hour of Love. It'll be on Thursday. Do you know what the date is on that, Charboil?
I can check that right
Okay, he's
quick.
gonna check it real quick. But yeah, we'll give Miss Kelly Jade a call, and the three of us will talk about what we think of the new movie compared to the movie that we all just watched. 10 p.m. Thursday night. Tune into Podunk Radio, and you can hear our follow-up to the podcast tonight. But I want to thank everybody out there, all you beautiful listeners and everything, for joining us tonight. I hope you had a good time with a little bit of an inside look at how we hang out and relax, and I hope you enjoyed sitting with us and watching the movie with us tonight. Do you guys have any final thoughts on Ghostbusters?
I think that it was quite the ride, and I'm thank you for exposing me to the movie I haven't seen since I was a kid. Definitely nostalgic, and thank you for having me on and being a part of it.
Hey, trust me, it's always our pleasure to expose ourselves.
You don't want us exposing ourselves. But yeah, absolutely. It's like, once again, original Ghostbusters, one of my favorites, of course, followed up by the awesome cartoon from the 80s, and then of course Ghostbusters 2. So yeah, definitely, it was great to rewatch it with you guys and just chat up all the little different fun facts and stuff that kind of came up as we went through.
Absolutely. And for me, Ghostbusters always had a special place in my heart. When I was a kid, I wasn't really into He-Man. I wasn't really into G.I. Joe. The Ninja Turtles wouldn't be around for another few years. And even at that, they were always kind of taking a backseat to my love for the Ghostbusters. I had all the toys. Like I said, I used to have my own little wooden proton pack I'd run around with and just have a jam. So, I'm excited to see that it's getting so much publicity and bring kind of some more life and energy put into it, after a couple of awesome video games and great cartoons. I'm glad to see that it's going to be something that's around, in one form or the other, something I can share with my kids one day and everything like that. So, going back and watching this movie again tonight has really just reaffirmed my love for this original classic and how great it was and how great all these actors and their performances was. So I hope everybody listening to us enjoyed it as much as we did. And make sure to tune in next month when we're going to review another movie, which we'll advertise later on. We didn't decide what it is yet, but we're going to get a new movie in here, an old nostalgic movie, and we're going to get some people to join us in the studio here, and we're going to invite all of you guys to join us as well. So thanks for tuning in to the Secret Identity Commentary, and we hope to talk to you all again soon.
Have a good night, everyone.
Have a good night.
Bye.